On this week's live stream, meet the talented Scratch animator who's behind the zany series Zevo the Stickman. Plus, Chromeworks hits a big milestone on YouTube. And there's still time to enter a float in our holiday parade. Abraham made this amazing float and he wants to show you how. All this and more coming up on the Chromeworks live stream. Hey, welcome world. Welcome. It's Mr. Tomec here again with another live stream. You guys have probably seen the news on CNN or one of the other major news sources. Spontaneous celebrations have sprung up all over the world because a new milestone has been hit. Chromeworks has hit 1,000 subscribers, and everyone cheered. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. I'll take your applause. I hear little hands clapping all over the world. So 1,000 is actually a really big milestone for anyone on YouTube. It's the moment where the YouTube authorities start to pay attention to you and try and promote you a little bit more. And generally channels that they spend a long time getting to 1,000, and after 1,000 things start to take off. One of the things I keep hearing from people out in the community is, dude, you're way underrated. You don't have enough subscribers. So I'm really hoping that things will start to turn around in the next little while, and we'll start getting more subscribers coming aboard. So as part of that drive and to celebrate what's happening here, we have a big event planned starting at noon Eastern time, which is 2 hours from now. And that is our Chromeworks 1,000 subscriber special. Really excited about that, guys. So what we're going to be doing is just having everybody who watches get online and send us a link to a Scratch game that you made, preferably an original game rather than a remix, something that you made yourself with your own love and hard work. And we're going to play the game online here and talk about it, and maybe offer you guys a few pointers if you want, or just give you a clap and a pat on the back if that's what you're looking for. Anyway, but we're so everyone who wants to join in, just you'll find the link on, well, where will we find the link? You'll anyway, it'll be coming up on YouTube in 2 hours. If you just go to the Chromeworks Technology channel, I'll be posting something to Twitter, etc. But the easiest thing to do is just go to my channel on YouTube, and you can link to it from there. So starting at 12 noon Eastern. All right, so lots coming up today. We're making feverish preparations for our Christmas parade, and we're really excited about that. The highlight of the Christmas special is always our Christmas parade. Well, we've only had 2 Christmas specials so far, but we're really excited about this one. So there will be other stuff. I will be unveiling a brand new game that was developed by my co-op student David Cottin and by myself. It's called Santa Claus Lane, and it's a really exciting little side-scrolling action arcade game where you're dropping presents into chimneys, and I'll be releasing that next week along with a full tutorial. We still got tutorials being loaded for our Mario-style board game, which is still going strong as well. So you can look forward to seeing more episodes of that. We're going to just keep dribbling those out through the course of the week until we're done. So back to Christmas again, though. So we have a few parade floats starting to come in, but we need a lot more. I want to make a miles-long parade here. So I need you guys to participate. I need you to make your own Scratch float for me. Just design something in Scratch using the template that I've given you. I'll have the links down below for where you can get this template from, or you can go to my website at chromeworks.ca/parade, and all the instructions are there. There's a little tutorial. This week I asked Abraham, one of my co-op students, to make his own parade float for me, and he made a little kind of making of video here to describe what the process was. So just for those guys who think it might be too complicated, I just want to show you how easily Abraham did something really, really original with his project here. So let's get right to that. Where is it?
Today, I'm going to show you how I designed this fun animated float for next week's holiday parade. You can use these techniques to make a fun float of your own. First, you have to find all of your transparent GIFs from Google. I'll show you how to find Patrick's transparent GIFs right now. You have to go to Tools, Colors, pick Transparent, Type, pick GIFs, and the majority of these should be transparent GIFs, such as this one. Interesting. Start off by remixing the template. We will be using another float for these animations, so go ahead and delete these carts. The float we'll be using is a truck. Go ahead and adjust the truck however you like. Just make sure that you have at least 4 frames of it. Here I added a bit of movement to the wheels. Once you have the frames for your floats done, go ahead and find the GIF that you downloaded earlier. Here we can see there are a lot of frames for Patrick. We don't really need all of them, so we'll just be deleting a bunch. Now that we have 4 Patricks, we can put them all onto our float. It doesn't have to fit perfectly, just as long as they're somewhat in the same spot. Now we have our Patrick done. I'll be doing the same for all of the other effects on this float, which includes the smoke, lights, and the banner. Now we'll just be changing the backdrop to something a bit more realistic. And we're done. Don't forget to watch our Christmas parade next Saturday, December 11th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. If you want to design your own parade float, you can find a design template and a float tutorial at chromeworks.ca/parade. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Abraham. So it's really not a complicated process. Just create a simple Scratch float of some kind. It all has to be contained inside one sprite, but then you can add as many costumes as you want. And so the idea is you just duplicate that one costume 3 or 4 times and just jiggle stuff around. Make your character's hands move around, make their heads nod, make lights flash on and off. and by the end of it, you've got a really nice float. And so share it to the studio, and then we're going to put them all together into a single string of floats. So the software just makes one float come in, and then when it leaves the screen, the next one comes in. It flashes a little name across. Well, since these files are very, very big, we'll probably just end up videotaping the whole thing, and we're going to show it at the pinnacle of our Christmas parade, at the of our Christmas special next weekend. So that's going to be next Saturday at 10 o'clock. Looking forward to doing that with you guys. So let's have a look at who's online. We got all kinds of people on the Discord today, and we got a couple of people who've chatted in the YouTube chat as well. Welcome to Candimations from Monaco, who I believe is also on Discord, and hi to Barbara from Parts Unknown, who just wrote in to say hello, but tell us a little bit more about yourself if you'd like a shout out on the stream. Over on Discord, we got all kinds of people. Welcome to Grayson. Good morning, Grayson.
Good morning.
So nice to see you here, sir. So you're going to be showing up for our big special at noon?
Hopefully.
Good. Do you have any projects to show off?
I think I have a couple.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, do show up, and we'll play whatever your favorite game is there. And we have a very special guest up here joining us on Discord, the birthday boy, Thane from Florida. Happy birthday, Thane.
Thank you so much. Hi.
So Thane is a longtime member, and he has just turned 12 today. So very excited to tell the world happy birthday, Thane. Thane's been
Thank you.
Yeah. Thane, you're working on a project for my Christmas special, aren't you?
I did the flow, but
Oh, I thought you were doing a little art project for me as well. Is that still not happening?
that's going to happen. Hopefully I can get, if I can get a splitter cable for my computer so that I can use my mic.
Right.
On my computer, I'll be able to make the videos and maybe a
Okay.
2-part video.
Yeah. You can also record the audio later if you need to, right? That's another way
I
to
tried
do it.
doing that. Yeah, I tried doing that, but it was pretty hard.
All right. All right. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully, we'll be seeing
you.
a Christmas art tutorial from Thane next week for the Christmas special, but it's still up in the air. We're joined also by Luca. Good morning, Luca. If you're there, you can call and say hello. Hi, Luca.
Hi.
Hi. How are things going? Luca's from Ottawa, and he's a longtime member. What have you been up to lately? You working on any Scratch at all?
Not really, but I think I will do a float or something for your 1,000 thing.
I would love to see a float from you for the Christmas special next week. Excellent. And if you have any projects you want to show off on our 1,000 subscriber special in a couple of hours, then please do tune in. And we have a new member here. I'm not sure if she has a microphone. It's Lena from Monaco. Good morning, Lena. Are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm there.
Oh, good, good. So nice to have you aboard. We have too few girls in our little contingent here, so it's nice to see some female energy in here. So, do you want to tell us anything at all about yourself? Just what you're comfortable saying on the air?
I'm a coder from scratch. I share songs, covers, singing, animations mostly, and some art sometimes.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Lena, we're hoping that you're going to have some art to show us on our 1,000 subscriber special a little later. You said you got a few things to show.
Got a animation.
Oh, great.
It's going to be new.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Scratch animation lately. I've been talking to a couple of high-profile Scratchers. We're going to be talking to Zevo today, the creator of Zevo, the Stickman, and I'm really excited to show that to you. And we just talked to Paddler Games as well. I'm going to be talking about him in a couple of seconds. But so I'm really interested in this idea of animation and getting some more animators collaborating and making stuff with us here on Chromeworks. So you're going to hear a little bit more about that, Lena. But we're hoping that you can help contribute to some joint projects that we're going to be working on in the future. Anyway, welcome also to Zorez, who's from Reading England, who's also a new member. Good morning. Is your microphone working now, Zorez? Maybe not. He was having some technical difficulties earlier. Anyway, hello, and we're going to be showing off some of Zora's stuff a little bit later. He runs his own YouTube channel and his own website, but we're going to talk about that on the 1,000 subscriber special, so stay tuned for that. All right, so we had a really busy week here at Chromeworks. Starting on Saturday right after our live stream, we had a visit from Paddler Games, who you might have noticed that we did a little interview with him last week, and he got on and actually spent a couple of hours teaching our Chromeworks members how to design characters the same way that he does in his iconic animations. And so behind me you can see a little time lapse of part of the tutorial where he was teaching how to make one of his characters. So the full 3-part special is up on YouTube right now, and so if you're interested in seeing a little animation workshop from a quite famous scratcher with thousands and thousands of followers, and hear a little bit about how his creative process works. He actually sat with us, he made a character, and then he gave it a walk cycle, and then he taught us how to make a little story. In the end, he made a little 30-second story right in front of our audience here, and it was really fun. So if you missed that, you can catch up with it on YouTube where we've got that going. All right, let's get to the main event of the day, which is where did that go? There it is, Zevo the Stickman. So I met the creator of. Did somebody want to say something?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Yo, you are here. Oh, Zoraz is online. Hi, good to hear from you. So, you're from Reading, England, is that right? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Zoris and I'm from Reading. And I run a YouTube channel that makes free educational videos.
Very cool. I've been having a look at some of the content in your channel, and we'll have a look at some more of it on the special today as well. But you do stuff like word of the day, vocabulary definitions and stuff. And what other kinds of videos do you make?
So like every subject, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so like everything. More.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward in the future to make more.
So you have ambitions to be a large-scale YouTuber in the future. Yeah, you've got your own Discord channel and you're on YouTube. You're well on your way. And we're going to be looking at a little bit of Zora's work a little bit later on the special. So looking forward to that. All right, sorry. So meanwhile, I wanted to tell you about Zevo. So Zevo is a fairly high-profile scratcher. He has something like 8,000 viewers, and he makes a really cool special called Zevo the Stickman. It's a series of animations featuring the character you see below me, the Stickman, and it's generally stories about Zevo and his brother and sister and the kind of stuff that they do together. So we've actually got a package of different stuff I want to show you today based on Zevo's work. Firstly, Zevo is our Scratcher of the Week, so I asked Aiden to put together a little video report, just kind of outlining and giving us a little bit of an idea of the kind of stuff that Zevo's been working on. So let's get right to that.
Today on Scratcher of the Week, we're going to be talking about a Scratcher named Zevo. He joined in 2011 and has over 7,000 followers. He makes a lot of really well fleshed out, funny animations with his friends, and I'll show you a quick clip from one of his animations to show you what I mean.
What was that for?
Hey, wait, this isn't soda, it's the copyright to your old Scratch projects.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm gonna steal your idea!
There are 3 recurring characters on almost all of Zevo's projects, and they always have a super interesting dynamic between them. For instance, in this clip, where they get into an interesting situation, and Jessica has to come in and be the responsible one.
We have to heat this up and eat it right now.
Zevo, that's not a microwave! I leave for 5 minutes.
What do we do now?
What do we normally do with food? We eat it.
Oh.
In this clip, it also shows that Jessica is the responsible one out of the siblings. In the clip, the two guys are trying to see her right eye, but she continues to outsmart them.
Sneak attack! What? Can I see your secret eye?
No.
Can I see your secret eye?
No.
Can I see your secret eye?
Stop.
I think in these last few clips, it really displays all of his strengths in animation.
This is mine.
Right now, our brother could be in danger, and it's our fault. You can't fix a broken remote, but you can make sure our brother is safe.
Okay, you got this. Now, if I were Zevo, where would I...
Somebody help me!
Oh. Hey, are you okay?
A robot is destroying the town and I'm trapped under rubble. What do you think?
Overall though, I think Zevo is an extremely good animator. His strengths are probably characters, dialogue, and definitely sound design. And that'll do it for this episode of Scratch for the Week on Zevo. If you want to check out more of his amazing work, you can do that with the link on the screen, and have a great day. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for that, Aiden. So this is Zevo's page here. He's got, 99 projects up here. He's been on Scratch for an amazing 10 years, and we're going to hear a little bit about how he got started in Scratch in a second. But you can see projects here. It's really interesting to watch the development of his work, especially when you see someone who's been on for this long. Scroll down to the very bottom and look at some of the first projects that he did. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of his early work before, but so he's kind of got his whole history set up here, including the very first few projects he made way back when he was a little kid, like in grade 3, 4. And you can see his progression as his work gets more and more sophisticated. He's now 20, and he's going to Cornell University in upstate New York, in Ithaca, New York, and he's doing some really fantastic manga work there that I'm going to be telling you guys about in a little bit. So just a really good example of how sticking through it and doing stuff repeatedly eventually can crack you through to getting fairly well known on Scratch. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit as well. All right, so as I said, we have a full package of Zevo coverage today. I also have a Story Corner video. You remember that Kevin comes on every week and does a little segment where he takes apart a digital story and looks at some of the code inside it. So I asked him to look this week at a Zevo project, and that's what he's done for us. So let's get right to that.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Story Corner. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to take a look at a short animation called Ace Attorney, made by a scratcher called Zevo. Let's dive right into it.
You ate my taco. As you can see, the taco is gone, and nobody else is here, so that means only you could have eaten it.
Objection! How do we know you didn't eat it yourself? We all know that tacos are your favorite food. You eat at least 15 a day. You just want me to buy you another one. What do you have to say for yourself?
Hey guys, what's up?
Objection! What struck me as interesting about this project was a custom block that the Scratcher had used in his animation. As you can see, this is a custom block that defines the starting costume, the time between the costumes, and the number of costumes. These three variables are all pretty self-explanatory. The starting costume is basically just the first costume in line, or wherever you want the animation to start at. The time between costumes is basically the delay between costumes or how fast you want to play the animation. The number of costumes here is basically how long you want to play the animation or where you want to end the animation. Well, you might be wondering what this custom block can do. This custom block basically creates a short animation. The starting costume here controls which costume the animation will start at, and the number of costumes control which costume the animation will end at. Basically, these two variables control the start and finish. And last but not least, the time between the costumes control how fast the animation will play. Basically, the pace or the duration of the animation. As you can see, when I decreased the value of the time between the costumes, the animation became much shorter. In other words, much faster. And it'll play much longer if I increase the number. This custom block is quite helpful for Scratch animators because it can save them a lot of time on the coding process of their animation. A reminder that this custom block can be used for any kind of project that involves the playing of costumes. That's it for today's Story Corner, and remind you to keep scratching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more awesome Story Corner videos.
Well, thank you for that, Kevin. So, that's another example of a video made by Zevo. He's done some really interesting work. He's really about the art more than the coding, though, and we're going to see a little bit more of his art in a little bit. A hello to a couple of people who've joined us over on YouTube. We have someone named Blonde Gaming, who I've seen before, if I recall. And also a new face here, Woosley Coding, who is from Singapore. Hi to Woosley. That's actually his Scratch username. And let me get over to this screen here. So this is his Scratch homepage. We're going to look at some of his projects I'll have a look at his channel during the break here, and I'm going to come back and show some of your work off, Woosley, during our 1,000 subscriber special. Might be a little late for you in Singapore, but that's coming up in another hour and a half or so. So yeah, I will show some of your projects there, and if it's too late for you, you can watch the tape version later. All right, so back to Zevo. So the main event here, I did an interview this week with Zevo. We actually sat down and talked to him, and a surprising thing, he was actually willing to have his face on screen. So Scratch is all about the privacy, right? We try not to tell people's real names while we're on the Scratch server. We don't give any personal information away about ourselves. But in this case, Zevo is actually 20 years old, and he doesn't really have a lot of privacy concerns. So we were able to actually talk face-to-face over Discord the other day, which was a real treat. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to actually see the man, the myth, the legend, Zevo, otherwise known as Zach Scandura. He's the maker of Zevo the Stickman, and I've got a really awesome interview with him right now. I'm here with Zevo, the creator of Zevo the Stickman, the popular Scratch animation, and a longtime Scratcher. What a great opportunity to meet you, sir. Good day.
Yeah, good to meet you too. So yeah, I'm Zach Scandura. I created the here's the McDonald's receipt. I created the Zevo the Stick Man, and also the webcomic King Zavon. But yeah, it's an honor to be here.
Well,
I
great.
think it's a really cool thing that you're doing.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's so rare for me to actually talk to a real life scratcher and hear their real name and see their real face. How do you feel about kind of breaking through this privacy veil that's over Scratch generally?
I mean, I've always I've never really been opposed to showing my face or anything. In the Scratch projects, I'll have a drawing of me, a guy that's supposed to represent me.
I'm Zach. Though you may know me better as the creator of Zevo the Stick Man.
And have me talk about the series and stuff. I did that when for my Q&A project that's coming up for my art contest, and when I introduced ZTS Productions, which is a sort of ZTS. It's basically a little community that of just me and other scratchers who help each other on projects and such.
Tell us a little bit more about you. So you're going to Cornell University. You're studying.
Yeah, I am studying art at Cornell University. I'm mostly a comic artist. I've been spending the better part of a year working on a manga called Traveler's Mountain, and it's 40 pages long. I've sketched 39 pages of it. I have one more to go.
Oh, wow.
And then I have to ink it, but it's definitely, outside of Scratch, I like making Zevo very much like a kid's show. Outside of Scratch, I like doing stuff that's a bit more oriented towards teens. Just because I like doing stuff that has a little bit more mature in theming. Not that there's anything wrong with kids shows. I mean, kids shows can be brilliant, but
really, what you've done is very much like a children's program.
This is mine.
Thanks. I could not do any of that alone. There are many people who have helped me. Voice actors for the characters Josh and Jessica, Potato Animator and Potato Bear 616, as well as the background artists for the robot and some other projects, Mirrors Are Liars and Burnt Potato Arts, and with the new background artists. Snoopy Woodstock 13, she's known as Vi though, and Purple Beanie. I couldn't do any of what I do alone. These people are, they're the reason that I'm able to keep going and making, fun stories.
Right. So you've rattled off just 8 or 9 names there, right? How many people does it take to put a story like the robot story, for example, which I just watched the other day that I really enjoyed? The super long content. It was about 10, 15 minutes long, right? Or how long?
It was 8 minutes.
I am a robot.
Wow, that's so cool. Do you want to hang out?
Beep up boop.
After that though, I got all of the members of ZTS together and we made 10 Years of Randomness, which was to celebrate the 10th anniversary of my Scratch account. And that project is about 17 minutes long.
Wow.
But it was so big, I had to split it up into 2, and people still couldn't load it. So unfortunately, despite it will forever be my favorite project that has ever been made. It's just not, ever going to be popular, probably, but...
Wow. So how many people were involved in that one project then?
19 other people besides me.
9? Oh, wow, okay. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was mostly ZTS members, but I also had some friends. The famous scratchers, Dilly, and a personal friend of mine, B-Shroom, or also people who I've admired for years and have become very close friends of mine, Astro947 and Wazo TV. Too.
Right. So let's rewind before we get into that stuff and just talk about you getting into Scratch in the first place. So set the scene for me here. You're 10 years old.
I was 9, almost 10. Okay. It was the summer in between 3rd and 4th grade. My school had also summer programs there, and one of them was to make your own video games. And my mom signed me up. She was like, "Oh, this guy, this son of mine, he likes this Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's let's sign him up for this video game camp." And the program they used was Scratch.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I found out quickly how terrible I am at making video games, but I went on the website still, and back then Scratch was like a program you had to download, and then you would upload the projects to the website.
Right.
So if you were also to remix something, you'd have to download the projects and put them in the editor.
Right. And so you had to actually download a standalone Windows app or whatever, right? Yeah. This was Scratch 1.0 or?
1.4.
1.4, okay. Wow, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, through that, then I discovered, a lot of people think I immediately just discovered Astro 947 and my life was over. But it was a couple things. The Zevo character actually came from me remixing a project from Sprite Master and thinking that I was supposed to put my hair on his stickman. So I did that, and then that was the start of Zevo.
Hi, Zevo. Lad, you know that my name is Zevo, not Zevo. Suit yourself, Zevo. Hey, Zevo, what's up?
I was able to find the Scratcher Astro 947.
Drop it.
Astro 947, who was like during the early days of Scratch, he was like what Wazo TV is now, or Sharky Shar, or I mean probably actually Griff Patch. Even though he wasn't a game maker, like he was by far the most popular person on the website, and I loved the things he made, and then it created like I was very inspired. I made comics of Zevo in my class as well as like some projects. Yeah, and then I just started the story of three stickmen, stick people, Zevo and his twin brother Josh and their older sister Jessica, and I'm still making stories.
Tell me a little bit about the stories that you want to make in the future. You don't have to give any plot points away, but
all right, yeah, I won't give anything too significant away because I'm not going to spoil my audience. I am planning to making somewhat of a sequel to the robot, not like a direct, but like what happens next. At the end of the robot, they all go to jail.
Well, all's well that ends well, right?
The town is destroyed.
My robot is destroyed.
There they are!
And I was going to make like basically them going to trial for it.
Okay, so that's now canonical that they're in jail. There's gonna be consequences for that. Okay.
And then after that project ends, then I'm going to get into the more story-based things. I'm going to do like the origin story for them, which I teased a little bit here and there, most notably at the end of 10 Years of Randomness. And then after that, I'm gonna get into like the big final showdown with everyone, which that'll be fun. And then I guess I'll be done, unless if I have some ideas for some bonus projects along the way. Because bonus projects are always the ZTS bonus stuff. Those are never like part of the main continuity. They're always just like fun little side projects that I just think people would enjoy.
Right. So you do see a future where you're done telling the story of Zevo and moving on to other things?
Definitely. I mean, like what I want to be for a living. I can't say when I grow up anymore because now I'm 20. I want to make comics. Manga more specifically. Right. And I've been working on that stuff. And obviously Zevo has been a bit of a distraction to that. But I also think Zevo is a good way of helping me like stick to a long-term story that I care about. Right. It's helping me like teach me the responsibility that brings, even if it's just something on a children's coding website.
Right. Every kid I meet wants to be famous, to be a famous Scratcher, to have thousands and thousands of followers, and most of them don't have a clue how to get there. I talk to kids every day who have 10 or 15 followers and just want their stuff to be seen, and they publish stuff and it never really gets noticed. Any advice or suggestions you can give to get a higher profile?
Make Scratch projects in early 2020. Nah. I mean, for me, the main reason I was able to get so big is just because if I'm being honest, it's just because I was friends with the bigger scratchers. But I think it's also just, I think popularity isn't as what matters the most. Just make what you're passionate about. You know, Scratch allows you to make any kind of art you love. Music, animation, you can just post your art, you can make games. That's part of the reason I love Scratch so much, is that every kind of art is on there. Right. And, you know, just try to find what you love to make and keep making it. And, you know, eventually people will see, you know, how you improve, how much they like the things you're making. And over time, you know, if you make more and more things, more and more people are going to see them.
Right. And that's the connection kids have trouble making sometimes. They want to start making stuff right away, and they wonder why it's not famous, and they don't see the sweat that goes into making something 1,000 times, and the 1,000th time it being something amazing that people want to see, right? So it's all about your passion, the passion and energy that you put into it, rather than the chasing after fame, right? That's
definitely. I think another thing I would say is that you should definitely take inspiration from people that you like, but don't try to replicate their magic. Try to create your own magic, because everyone has certain abilities that are unique to them, especially in terms of creating things. And with that, try to find what you're great at. For me, I am good with characters, and you can clearly sell with the characters being the main focus of Zevo. Some people might be great at, you know, shorter stories with like new casts and all that, or just game making in certain kinds of games. Always try to find your magic, because everyone has their own magic.
All right, well, Zach, it's been really lovely chatting with you, and hoping to connect with even more Scratchers in the future. It's such a fascinating community, and so I'm looking forward to meeting more of you guys in the future. Well, good luck in your studies, and good luck with your manga, which is almost done. Nice meeting you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right, so this has been Zevo, the famous Scratch animator, a.k.a. Zach. I just learned your last name today. It was Zach?
Zach Skindura.
Zach Skindura. A pleasure to meet you, Zach. Bye now.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. This is an honor. If you ever want me to come back, I would love to.
We might do a panel or something sometime. That might be really fun.
That could be very fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's work on it. I'm here with Zevo. Well, so really interesting chat I had with a real life famous Scratcher, and I did another one last week with Paddler Games, as I talked about before as well, and just really interesting talking to people who've gotten big on Scratch. You know, I've been trying myself to get more noticed on the website and here on YouTube. You can see that I've had some success at that. And so it's really worth the effort talking to people like this about how they ended up getting the high profile that they got. And there's a couple of lessons from there that I just wanted to kind of go over with you guys, because this is really seriously the #1 conversation that I have with young Scratchers who are just starting to get their stuff out there. They love the idea of being able to share their work, but often they're just such low numbers, and it just saddens a lot of kids that they don't really get noticed very much. So what are the lessons that we've learned from some of these celebrity Scratchers and talking to them? I think #1 is find your passion. Don't just make something to be famous. Make something that you really want to make. And if you start doing the things that you're really good at, and find the thing that you're passionate about, and just try to make something that impresses you, that makes you feel proud. And if you do that often enough, you're going to get better at it, and the getting better at it will get you noticed. So that's the first piece of celebrity Scratch advice that I want to share with you. Secondly, find your tribe. Did you see that Zevo, on some of his bigger projects, he had 10 to 20 people helping him, right? The idea is getting lots of collaborators together. Sometimes these jobs are too big for one person to do. Even if you're coding games or whatever, often there are little stumbling blocks that you can hit, and putting 2 or 3 people into something like that can really help. But these storytelling projects, which I'm super excited about, are a much better example of that. So Zach has people doing backgrounds for him, he has people doing voice acting for him, and he's got people doing character design for him. And these guys all work together, and they share the load. So Zach will get other scratchers to come in and do stuff for him, but when they're working on big projects, he'll submit stuff to them as well. So it's another really important little lesson here. If you find people who are excited about the stuff that you do, especially if you have complementary skills, you can work together and in the end make something you're much, much more proud of. My third thing here, which we've kind of gone over already, is collaborate, right? Find people who you can work with, especially if you can get hooked up with scratchers who already have a higher profile. Sorry, you can't see my because of my head back here, but this says make the right friends. So one of the ways that Zach got famous was by finding someone who already had a high profile in Scratch and starting to do collaborations and remixing his work. There's nothing that Scratchers love more than having you remix their work. So if you find someone who you really love and remix their stuff a little more often and offer to collaborate with them and do stuff with them, eventually that can help you get noticed too. All right. Oh, Paddler Games is with us in the YouTube chat. Hi, Paddler. Nice to see you again. Anyway, so just a few little points I wanted to mention to you guys, because I know that everyone is looking to get noticed. Now, there's all kinds of other, in the Scratch chat forums, there's all sorts of other advice. Putting your stuff into the right studios, for example, can help to get it noticed. Certainly getting stuff featured on the Scratch homepage is a big deal as well, and that helps. But this is more kind of nuts and bolts advice for you here. It's really about doing something and working really hard at it and finding friends who will give you motivation and push you and help you to be better. And so that's the advice I want to leave with you guys today. Okay, so we're running out of time here. I just wanted to do one more feature today, which is Abraham has done another game review for us. And so we're going to wrap up today's show just with a quick game review. We skipped to Abraham last week, so I'd like to show one of his game reviews this week. He's done a really fun game that I've played a couple of times myself called Diep.io, and I'm going to show you that right now.
Hello everyone, today we're back with another game review. Now we're looking at Diep.io by Samio2. Right off the bat, I can tell you this feels almost exactly like the original game. The only big difference being that you can't choose your skills and everything seems to be more round. The camera size is also very small. Oh no, we're pretty hurt here. I almost died from running into the blue circle. All of the enemies that you see here are bots, and I'm pretty sure there is no way to play this multiplayer at the moment. Oh, what's this? It seems that we're missing a piece of the game. As you can see in the original game, we were able to upgrade our tank at level 15. The game itself is turning out to be pretty easy since all you have to do is go in circles around these robots and they won't be able to fight back very easily. Samuel did a good job at replicating the original game's charms, and the only problem I had was the lack of an upgrade tree. But other than that, the game is pretty neat and I would definitely recommend you to play it. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe and I'll see you next time.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Abraham. Yeah, that's a fun little Scratch project, actually. and it's made entirely with pen. There's not, I don't think there's any sprites in there, if I remember correctly. It's done a lot of work with pens in there, which is really interesting. All right, guys, so that's all the content I have for you right now. Remember, I'm going to be back in 1 hour for my big 1,000 subscriber special, so I'd love to see you guys there. Bring your favorite Scratch project along. Send me the link in the chat, and I will play it online, and we'll talk a little bit about your stuff, and we'll just have a nice chat with our Discord fans, and just a nice little bit of fan service I'm doing here to celebrate my 1,000 subscriber. So, hopefully we'll see you guys there. In the meantime, I am out of here.